Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy.
Welcome to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guys, Aaron and Jacob Taylor.
We're keeping it real, we're keeping it current, and we're keeping it fun.
Las Vegas' #1 real estate show.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
Call 310-MOVE.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
310-MOVE, the real estate guy.
Well, good morning, Las Vegas. How you doing? You're a wonderful host for today, Jacob Taylor, the real estate guy here. And I am without my co-host, or I guess I'm usually the co-host, as he is MIA. No, he's out of town, living his life, having a good time. Yeah, I'm stepping up, ready to take over. Let's go. I got a great guest with me today for you guys. I got a wonderful agent on our team, Miss Michelle. Say hello.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday, Las Vegas.
And she's been with us for, 3 years now?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for joining me today.
Absolutely.
Helping fill in for the old fart. Sorry, I'm still making old jokes whether he's here or not. I gotta give you guys a hard time just a little bit, all right? Let's get right away with thanking these sponsors so we can get into some good real estate stuff. Because, when he's gone, I usually kind of go into some more real estate stuff instead of just messing around and having a good time. So I got some good stuff for you folks today. Let's first thank Fidelity National Title. Pleasure having them, be our partners on the title and escrow field. Always taking care of our clients, making sure title is clear, making sure you are who you say you are, the buyers are who they say they are, and making sure you get a title to a property unencumbered or no BS, no liens attached, no IRS taxes, whatever else they could possibly be on the property, they're making sure it's handled ahead of time. Then Sheila Merrill, Neo Home Loans, always taking care of our clients on the lending side, making sure that they're getting qualified, pre-approved, not buying a car in the middle of a transaction. All the good stuff to make sure that you can get into a home and that we can do the fun stuff, show houses, write deals, meet with great people like yourself. And if for any reason at all you need to call the real estate guys, maybe you have some questions, maybe you need to sell your house, maybe you need to buy a house, maybe you got a friend or family member that needs to buy or sell a house, give us a call, 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. All right? Don't forget that number if you need us, all right? Who else we got? Sponsors. Grape Street Cafe.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Bum, 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 bum. And they're always glad you came. Awesome. We love Grape Street Cafe. Our cheers, John McGibbon out there. We'll be hosting them here shortly. Probably in about a month, we are going to be hosting a pretty badass broker open in the Northwest.
Yes.
If you're looking for a $2.5 million horse property with an acre that's ready to be built on. It's on 2 acres, but 1 acre is, basically just graded and ready to put some stables or a barn or your big garages. I don't know, whatever you want. Give us a call, 702-310-MOVE. Going to be listed probably at $2.8 million here in about a month, hosting a big party. And our boy John's going to be doing some catering for us. Because, we were talking last week, and, we were trying to show John the house. He's looking for some horse property. And I said, you know what, Pops, I got a good idea. Let's make him cater the damn thing so he has to show up and see it. Then maybe he'll like it so much he doesn't leave, right? Puts an offer right then and there. If you're listening, thank you, John. We love you. Appreciate you, brother. All right, let's see. Today, we're going to discuss a little bit about if you're an agent out there and you listen, or maybe you're in the real estate realm, why would you want to work with the real estate guy? We got a, outside perspective kind of inside now, right? Because you've been with us for 3 years, Michelle. So she's going to tell us a little bit about, the benefits of being with the real estate guy, being on our team, how it can help you as an agent. Maybe talk a little bit about our culture, all that good stuff. And then she also happens to be an owner of a pest control company out in Laughlin, if I'm correct.
Laughlin, Bullhead City.
Laughlin, Bullhead City. Okay, so she kind of knows what's going on with the pests in the valley, right? So maybe we're going to ask her some questions, play Stump the Chump with Michelle on some pests out there. You know, we don't have as much as those other cities and states out there. Most can't survive in this, horrible weather we have. But it's kind of nice, right? There's some benefits to having some weather like this, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe not as crappy bugs out here. Maybe we don't have mosquitoes flying everywhere. No
we do.
humidity. Oh, we do? Okay. Not in all areas. Not in all areas. But yeah, so we'll play some Stump the Chump with her. Get a little bit of insight into the Las Vegas pest situation. I know you guys are dying to hear about what bugs could be messing with your yards in the next few days, the next few months, whatever that is. Especially if you're new. Maybe you don't know about the horrible infestations we get during the summertime in certain areas of town. So yeah, then of course we've got some market stats for you guys. Kind of go over what's going on in the Las Vegas Valley. North Las Vegas, Henderson, Southwest, Summerlin, all the good stuff. What's going on in different parts of town. I saw from the RJ yesterday that the real estate market's horrible. We're crashing. 80% more inventory year over year. Buyers are nowhere to be found. What's happening? I don't know. My house is dropping in value by the day. I don't know what's going on out there. Help me out. Help me out. I need to be saved. I'm falling behind. I'm going to be short selling my house, I guess, in a few months.
We hear it all.
I swear, every month when the new stats come out for the MLS, the RJ takes them right away and they start fear-mongering as much as possible. Like, oh my gosh, look at the numbers. Look at this inventory number. If inventory was like it was, 6-7 years ago, and then we went 50% year over year, I would be scared a little bit. But we were at such a low price or a low number in the last few years that it needs to go up a little bit, right? We could still use more homes on the market, right? It's happening rather quickly, I will say. It's moving up pretty quick, but we could use more homes on the market for a healthy market, right? There needs to be some choices for buyers. There shouldn't be bidding war on every good property out there, and your property shouldn't be selling within a week to 2 weeks unless you price it aggressively, right? Yeah. So with that, we're going to take our first break real quick. And when we get back, we will jump right into things, all right? Don't go anywhere else. See you guys in a minute. Good morning, Las Vegas. Jacob Taylor, the real estate guy here today. And I'm with my fabulous guest, Michelle, a fantastic agent on our team. Starting to get into the group that, like you've been here a while, you know us. You kind of like us sometimes. Sometimes you're like, these guys are annoying.
For the most part.
But you're here and you're still sticking around.
Absolutely.
So I got some good stuff for you guys today. If you need to call us, you need anything at all in real estate, you just want to talk to me. Maybe you have some questions, some concerns. Maybe you're seeing all this fear-mongering out there about the market and you just need to be talked off a ledge. Hey, give me a call, 702-310-6683, 702-310-MOVE. So let's jump right into things. Michelle, I'm going to ask you some questions about the team. Give us your experience, all right? And then we're going to play Stump the Chump.
All right, yeah, so my experience with the team, it's been amazing. What drew me initially to the real estate guy team was just the foundation of helping people.
Okay.
We do everything we can to help people in any way that we can, even if it's not real estate related.
Right.
And that's something that I absolutely love about us, about our team. I think it's great. And, just the culture of our team.
Awesome. So I'm just curious, how did you hear about us initially?
I met your dad at an event that you guys had at South Coast.
Ah,
and then I talked to Sarah, and she was like, you need to join. So I was like,
okay. I remember that event.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. Well, I'm glad we got you there.
Yeah.
So you've been with us about 3 years now. And what was your experience in real estate before joining the real estate guy team? Were you newer? Have you been in the
I was
industry
a new
a while?
agent with another brokerage, and as a solo agent, I wasn't getting any really help or support from anybody. You know, it was just kind of like thrown to the wolves. You got your license here, figure it out.
Right.
And for me, I'm the kind of person, I just need structure and I love the camaraderie of a team. So
Okay.
it was just a plus all the way around. But yeah, I didn't do one transaction at all. My first year, not even a rental, like nothing.
Okay.
And then, you know, when I joined the real estate guy team, it just kind of took off from there.
Started
It's a whole
falling
new-
into place a little bit.
Right, yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. So now you've got how many transactions do you think you got under your belt now?
Jeez. A lot.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
quite a bit, right?
Averaging maybe 2 or 3 a month closing, yeah.
Nice.
It's great.
Okay. You're probably at the point you're like, I don't really do rentals anymore, huh?
By referral, yeah.
Yeah,
someone
just
refers
referral.
me,
Yeah,
but
send them out. If it's your good friends and family, you'll help them out. But
Exactly,
everyone gets to that point in their career in real estate where you're like, man, these rentals, I don't know if I could do them anymore. My best friend, I'm like, I got a good guy for you. But I understand. I do, I'll do a few here and there, but you try
Yeah,
to
a
avoid
few
them
here and there.
eventually. Once you start producing and transacting like that, it's like, all right, I got this. I got the hang of this. I don't need any more practice reps anymore. Take the training wheels off and let's get going.
yeah.
So yeah, you talked about culture. If you had to kind of explain in a sentence or two or paragraph, I don't care. How is the culture in the real estate guy team from your perspective?
I think it's a great culture. Like I said, it's a culture of being there for people, helping people, teaching agents, even if the agents aren't on our team. We help them with whatever they need. We've had agents call the hotline before asking questions
Right.
about. I've had someone actually call the hotline and ask to help them write an offer. I was like, sure.
Yeah,
I don't know you,
We,
but I'll
we
help
will.
you.
We will do whatever
Absolutely.
we got to do. Especially, hey, we represent the seller. If someone's asking to write an offer or this or that, if it's on our property,
Yeah.
hey, we represent you. We're gonna do whatever's in your best interest, whether it's my job or my job and the other agent's job. It is what it is, right? We'll get whatever we can
Yeah.
done. We'll help them out, teach them the ropes, maybe try to reel them into the real estate guy a little
Absolutely.
bit as well.
Every time.
Because we want more of you agents. Anyone out there, an agent, you listening, give us a call. We want you.
Give us a
Join our
call.
team.
Yeah.
Join our team.
And the longevity of our team, I mean, that speaks volumes of how we work. We have agents that have been there, 20, 30 years?
Right,
We got
right,
Our
you know.
transaction coordinators,
There've
Ginger,
been people.
I love her.
There've been multiple agents that have been there longer than me, which is crazy. I was just a little chump in high school, and they
Yep.
were still there. We've just to list off a few. We had Yvonne started as our receptionist. Now she's one of our top agents. We had Mark Merrill, my dad's brother-in-law, my uncle. He's been with us for 25 years. Bart Sloan hired my dad 28 years ago. Sheila Merrill, our lender, that's his sister. She's been with us, I don't know, a good dozen years as well. Who else we got? We got our employees. Ginger, our property manager, and she helps us, our buyers on the buy side. She's been with us 21 years.
Yep.
Sarah, she started off as our receptionist. She's been with us a dozen years. Sue, she's our accountant, our listing coordinator. She's been with us 13 years. So, we've had a lot of people with us that have had some longevity, right? And we like to brag about that because it kind of says something about our team, says about who we are, tells you we take care of our people. Our people like us sometimes. I've been with my dad now since 2017, fresh out of high school. Had no idea what the heck I was doing. And I'm like, I need a job. So let me just do some stuff for you in the meantime while I figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a great way to learn.
And I'm still here. Still figuring it out, right? I filed paperwork for property management. I wrote handwritten notes. And I cleaned the toilets, literally and figuratively.
Yep.
So what are some programs we offer, right? What are the different programs we offer sellers? I'm pretty sure you're aware of them.
Yeah, we offer cash advances if needed. We offer repairs if you need any representation as far as legal. We have that as well.
Right, yep. Yep, and we'll buy your house for cash if needed, 5 days or less. We do offer some cash offers, but at the end of the day, we're always going to try to convince you not to take the cash offer. Why? Some may ask, well, because it's not the best thing for you. Even if I could give you, I don't know, 10 to 15% to market value on a cash offer, you're still going to net more on the open market. Even in this market with things a little bit slower,
Right.
we'll just price the home aggressively and let an owner-occupied buyer get a deal, right? An owner-occupier, they're going to pay more than any investor cash offer is going to because they have, profit margins they need when they're flipping the house. not a lot of people out there buying for rentals right now. Maybe the institutions still a little bit, but not a lot of investors buying for rental properties
I haven't
right
seen
now.
that in quite some time.
Neither have I. I haven't got
I
that
used to,
call.
but not
It's
anymore.
like, hey, I want a rental property. No, they're all like, dang, maybe I got to wait a little bit now.
Some
right?
of my buyers are looking for rental properties, but the investors not so much.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a reason for that to an extent, right? With the rates the way they are, right? Probably, I'm not a loan expert here, but probably mid sevens for conventional, probably sevens for govies right now. I mean, trying to cash flow on a rental property would be absurd, right? You're like 60% down to cash flow right now. No one wants to pay every month for a property they're not living in, right? Even if it may make sense in the long run to potentially invest, in a rental property and spend some money monthly just to make it work. It's a hard pill to swallow, right? To buy a property, have a $3,000 mortgage, and only collect $2,100 a month in rent.
Exactly.
$900 left over on your mortgage
not
that you have to pay out of pocket for a house that someone else is living in, right? So it's tough, right? If you're gonna put 50-60% down, maybe it works out, but maybe most people would rather put that 50 to 60% elsewhere at this time, right, until rates come down. Or hey, if you're investing, they don't got 50-60% to throw down on a $400,000 house right now, which is also understandable. Who has $250,000 lying around?
Yeah, not too many people.
$200K lying around. Yeah. So other stuff. So you represent a lot of buyers on our team, right? You started off as a buyer's agent. I know you get some listings here and there as well. What can you tell me, as an agent now, you've been in the business with us for 3 years, probably a year before you joined us?
About 9 months a year.
Okay, so you've been in the business longer than the average agent at this point now. What are some tips and tricks that maybe you have for a newer agent out there that you feel that you wish you knew when you first started?
Finding a mentor, finding somebody who you can maybe follow around, shadow, ask questions, somebody, who's going to help you.
Okay.
I found that a lot initially in the beginning. There's a lot of agents that don't want to help you. They see you as competition. They see you as, oh no, I don't want them taking my business, and it's like that's crazy. Like why would you
there's enough business to go around. Even in these hard times, there's enough of it to go around.
There's plenty to go around. So again, finding a team, preferably ours,
right,
to join. Would be a great step in the right direction.
Right. Yeah. Wait. I won't lie. We're not the fit for everybody. Not everybody can put up with our shit. All right.
Put up with us.
But if you can, you'll probably gain some good information.
Yeah.
You'll get some good knowledge. You'll probably learn how to transact in real estate. Mm-hmm. You might learn how to, prospect a little bit. Maybe how to talk to people. How to make some phone calls here and there. How to get your best possible deals for your buyers, help represent your sellers in the best possible way. I don't know. All that stuff in regards to real estate. We got a few people that know what they're doing, right? Just a few of them out there. Yeah, I mean, I myself now, I'm our managing broker. I handle more of our legal side of things when needed, keep us in line. If things get out of hand, they end up going above me to Spencer, our state broker. We've had him on the show a few times, but I try to keep everything handled within the office and only bother Spencer like once a week with a question. But yeah, if we don't know something, we always know people that do. Very, very resourceful on our team. We've got, between our top 10 agents, we've got like 100 years of experience.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So quite a bit of knowledge and expertise to go around.
I've never had a question that hasn't been able to be answered by somebody.
Right,
ever.
right. If I can't answer it, maybe Bart can. If Bart can answer it, maybe Ginger can, or my dad can. If they can't, absolute worst case scenario, we take it to Spencer.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and that's an interesting transition. Now you're probably becoming the answer person for some of the agents on the team as well, I bet.
Yeah, I brought a couple of new agents on the team, and I work with them, just trying to get them up to the level of where they feel they're succeeding.
Right.
And again, helping people and giving back. The more you give, the more you get.
Right. Absolutely. That is what we believe over here in the Real Estate Guide in our culture. Right. We're a big firm believer in the idea that thoughts become things, and you're gonna give, or you're gonna get what you give. Give what you get. All right. So if you're gonna want to be successful in real estate, maybe you got to give some help on a few transactions so you get some help, and vice versa. And then once you get successful, we like to pass down our knowledge to the other agents on our team, right? My dad, he's always said this, but he'll give out every bit of knowledge, insight, tip, trick, whatever he's learned over the years, because he's like, I don't care to hide anything. First off, he's old enough now where he don't give a shit. Sorry, excuse me. I know I've used 2 of my 3 bleeps already today. Yeah, he don't care. And plus, he knows only 1% of the people are going to do it anyway, right? Out of the agents, out of the 100 he teaches and gives the golden tickets, only 1% of them, one of them is going to actually take it and run with it, use the knowledge, right?
Yep.
I say you're one of the hidden gems for sure, right? It's tough to find. It's a tough industry to be successful in, and even when you know what you need to do, I could say this for myself as well, you don't always do it.
I can say it for myself as well.
Don't always do it.
The first few months, I was like, I'm not doing that. And I wasn't producing. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, are you doing what I'm telling you to do? And I'm like, no. He's like, well.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
You're like, I haven't called anyone in a week.
Exactly.
I don't have any transactions. I don't know why. Why aren't my friends calling me to buy or sell a house?
Yeah.
They know I'm in real estate now, don't they? I posted it on social media once last week. Shouldn't they give me a call and let me know that they want to buy? I'm ready. Why aren't they ready?
We hear it all.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're going to take our break real quick. We'll be back, and then we're going to play some Stump the Chump with Michelle and learn about the horrible infestations going on right now with all these pests out there. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your day so far. We are having a beautiful weekend out there. It's actually nice. A weekend in July in the 90s. It may be 99, but it's in the 90s. And in July, that is rare. We will take it. I'm actually probably going to go I'm taking my cousin Al, who's in town. I'm going to go hit the golf course at some point today. Maybe just get 9 in, but it's too beautiful of a day not to. And how often does your cousin come into town? Come on. All right. Well, anyways, we were talking about something over the break, and I want to share it with you folks out there, especially folks on social media. If you are in a conventional loan and you've owned your property for more than 2 to 3 years, or you've done a remodel or gutted the place or just improved the home, there is a high chance that you are close to, if not more than 20% equity. What does that mean? That means you can most likely call your servicer and go, hey, get rid of my mortgage insurance. I'm tired of paying this $490, $500, $550, $600 a month on mortgage insurance, right? Because if you don't put 20% down and you're not or even if you're a conventional, if you're not a conventional, you're definitely paying mortgage insurance. But if you're a conventional loan, you're usually putting about 5, maybe 10% down. However, if you are close to that 20% number, you think you are, give me a call, 702-310-6683, and ask me about mortgage insurance and how I can get rid of it. It's pretty simple, though. I'll give you the tips and tricks right now. But, I might save you $500 a month on your payment here, so you at least better call me and tell me thank you, all right? But you're going to call your servicer. You're going to ask for the mortgage insurance department, and you're going to say, hey, I'd like to get an appraisal done to get my mortgage insurance removed. If your property's not very old, they're going to ask you, hey, what upgrades have you made? Jot them down and make sure you've done enough upgrades to even be worth doing. Then you're going to have to pay for an appraisal. That's simple. Appraiser's going to schedule with you. They're going to come out. They're going to give you a number. If it's 20% or more in equity, your payment the next month will just be $500 lower. You don't got to do anything. I just got a notification that said, ding, your payment went from $36.50 to $31.52 or something like that. I was like, let's go. $500 off. $491 for me to be exact. So yeah, you're just going to call your servicer, schedule the appraisal, they're going to call you, schedule it. They're just going to charge you $650. So I paid $650 to save $500 a month permanently. One time.
Good deal.
I already made my money back, my bad. I still need another month, and then it'll have been worth it. No, it's always worth it. If you can get your mortgage insurance removed or you're close, it's absolutely worth doing. And if you think you are close, and you don't want to pay the $650 right away because you're not sure, give me a call. I'll run comps on your property for you. I'm not going to charge you anything. I'm going to run the comps, and I'll advise you, hey, you are close, or no, I think you're 5% off. Wait another year or two. Let the market change, rebound, whatever needs to happen. But there's a high likelihood if you've owned a home for at least a few years, probably but since 2021, or maybe you bought during the dip a little bit in 2023, and you've done a little bit of work to your house, you probably got 10% equity or 20% equity if you're a conventional loan. So that's a tip and trick for you. Not a lot of people remember that or know about that. So yeah, there you go. All right. Let's get this Stump the Chump going with the pest control, all right? I got some good questions for you, Michelle. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
What are the most common pest issues that you see in the residential homes in the area? I know, and just so you guys are aware, she does work, or her company's in Laughlin and Bullhead, but it's close enough. We probably deal with most of the same pests. So I know you're answering based on those, but if you know about Vegas too, you can relate it specifically to Vegas. So what are the most common pest issues in your areas?
So the most common pest issues where we have in Laughlin are bed bugs.
Okay.
And bed bugs, come from people traveling, bringing them in, the casinos mainly.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but
Nice.
check your rooms every time I travel. First thing I do is get my flashlight, look at the mattresses.
Okay.
But,
How do you tell? What do you do?
You can tell by the seams on the mattress if they're dark in color.
Okay.
You can see if there's any stains on the mattress, not like major stains, but any type of small dark stains.
Okay.
And you can sometimes actually see them.
You just using a normal flashlight?
On my phone, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Flashlight
That's
on
enough.
my phone.
That's enough to see.
Yeah, termites too. Termites are common out in the area, Bullhead City, Laughlin area, just because of the climate. It's a little bit different out here than in Vegas. And those are a moneymaker. I love termites. Those are the best.
You love termites. Look at that. Pest control company over here. I love termites. Well, they get you a lot of calls, I'm sure.
They do,
Produce a lot of
absolutely.
good business.
Yeah, over there, every real estate transaction, pretty much, they require.
Oh, all of them, even conventional and FHA
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting how the rules and stuff
In
change
Arizona,
from
yeah,
the
it's a little
area,
bit different.
right? Yeah, we don't really. So we were talking about that earlier today as well. We don't really see termites in Vegas
No,
too much.
not at
Very,
all.
very rarely,
Very
if
rare.
ever. I've never seen it personally, but we still, VA requires their termite inspections out here, so we still do termite inspections. And then they usually come back completely fine. But I was just telling Michelle, actually, the first time ever I had a termite inspection fail last month. And it was something simple, like apparently, I've never read one before because it was so unnecessary. But the grading, like the soil up to the house, has to be a certain level, right? As these older homes, or maybe as water flushes or piles up from rain over time, it increases the level or the height of the soil against the
Right.
property. That has to be low enough, or to a certain point, I don't even know how to describe it. It has to be low enough to not fail the inspection. So I had to get out there and shovel some dirt. I was shoveling dirt for my listing, all right? Just because we didn't want to charge a seller $100 to go send someone to shovel dirt. So
We do everything for you.
I spent half an hour. But don't call me to shovel your dirt unless you're selling your house, all right? I'm not just shoveling dirt for free out here.
Full service company.
And then they had some earth to wood contact. Yeah, which I learned about as well, right? You can't have some
can't have
wood
that.
touching the house, or they had an old like storage shed / chicken coop that was wood straight to the house, so we had to get that removed as well. Yeah, that's I don't even know why I was saying that. Oh yeah, it was termite inspection failure. All right, so another question for you. What infestations do we see, right? I was talking to everyone about these big infestations we got. What infestations do you know of are kind of in the Vegas area? And what should homeowners watch out for?
Well, it's all dependent in the area that you live. If you live closer to a lake, a body of water, you got to watch out for mosquitoes. I know you said you haven't seen any,
Right.
but for me, I get bit every time I go outside. So
Really? Well,
It
where are you at? What
I
part
live,
of
well, I
town?
live in Green Valley, so I'm not even near any water. But
Really?
I guess they
so
just
they
like
got
me.
some mosquitoes out in
Yeah.
Green Valley?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. In the evening, at dusk is when they're most active, so that's when they come out.
Okay. I'm sure in desert shores they have some because of the body of
Yeah.
water, right? But maybe that's why I don't see any in North Shores, is
Could
because
be.
they're all in desert shores messing with those people over there. Because I have not seen a mosquito this year. And I've only been in my house since June of last year, and that is,
Interesting.
now that I think about it, I've never seen a mosquito in my house or around my area yet.
Yeah.
And I'm outside a decent amount in the evening. I take my electric longboard and I'll ride around the community sometimes. And I was doing that like 3-4 days a week not too long ago before it got hot. Yeah, and I think I've never seen one.
You're
No
lucky.
mosquitoes. I am
Yeah.
lucky. I'm lucky. So that's one thing you got to worry about, mosquitoes. I do know of. I can answer this one because I've dealt with this once or twice. Is sometimes there's some areas that got some scorpions, right?
There are.
Yeah, there's some
especially when they're
scorpions around
building
here.
the new builds where they're out, messing with the
Right,
dirt,
right.
digging. It just brings them all out.
Yeah, even some of the older communities in the Southwest, and I know like Red Rock had them quite a bit sometimes. Different communities more in the outskirts, right?
Right.
If you got a bunch of palm trees, there's a likelihood you got them, right? Because they I don't know fully about them, but they live in these palm trees, if I'm correct, or something about that,
They
right?
do, the palm
they like
trees,
to
the
sit in
dirt.
them. Okay,
Yeah, the dirt.
interesting. All right, and then you guys service for them as well, right? Do you have them up in Bullhead and Louth
All
as well?
general pest control,
Okay.
scorpions, spiders, ants, roaches, bed
Okay,
bugs.
awesome.
Weeds too. A lot of people don't know that weeds are considered a pest. They're an invasive.
Interesting.
So,
I do
yeah.
got those as a problem. I don't like weeds. You know what kills me is my weeds grow up out of the side of my turf.
And they're hard to pull.
Yeah, and you can't get rid of them, so you just break off the edge and it comes back in a month. I saw what Sparrow like last month. He had the flamethrower torch for the weeds.
Did he?
I was this close to actually buying it after I saw him using it. I'm like, this would probably work. Except my problem
Is that a real thing?
Yes, it's like
Is it?
well, it's been popular now. I've seen it on TikTok quite a few times.
I've never seen that.
It's I don't know what they say the use is for, but a lot of people are using it for their weeds. Yeah, you hook up the propane tank and it's a flamethrower. So if there's any fires, maybe you know why, or an increase.
That sounds
in fires.
dangerous.
It definitely does sound a little dangerous. I thought about it for my house too, but I'm like, I got a lot of greenery. Something might catch that I don't want to. So maybe we'll pass on that one for now. All right, what else we got? So I mean, this was probably pretty self-explanatory. We just talked about them, but what pests are the most destructive to property value?
Actually, pigeons. Pigeons are really destructive.
Really? I really thought it would be termites.
Actually, me and your dad went on a listing on Monday, and the gentleman was telling us that he had so much pigeon damage from them nesting on eave in front of the house that he had to replace a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people
Okay.
don't realize that pigeons cause a lot of damage.
All right. Well, with that, real quick, we gotta take a quick break, and then we'll get you guys for another 10 minutes or so. But stay tuned if you want to hear about how the pigeons are going to cut your home's value in half. We're back with the pigeons. The pigeons are demolishing my home's value. Why? So yeah, I mean, before we went to break, we were talking about pests that, have the biggest pest issue here that can cause the most damage to, your residents out here. And Michelle was letting me know that they're pigeons. I honestly thought it was going to be the termites. I'm like, what could be worse than termites? But I guess you just never see them out here.
Yeah.
So it's really not an issue.
It's rare.
But there are pigeons everywhere,
There are
right? And they
pigeons
could get anywhere. Yeah, it's like we were talking about solar. They can get in your solar, mess up your solar.
Your attic.
Your attic. She said they were getting on like the eaves, the fascia. They're crapping on it, ruining it all, eroding. The wood or whatever. It's not the newer homes, right? It's not messing with the newer homes too much, right? Or is it?
It's
seeing
dependent.
it?
If they can get in there, they'll get in
If
there.
they can get in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't discriminate.
Nobody's safe. Everybody's prone to getting demolished by the pigeons out here. All right, what other questions do I got for you here? Let's take a look. So how has the pest control industry changed in the recent years, especially in response to the more eco-friendly demand, stuff like that? What have you seen change? How long have you owned your pest control company first?
We just celebrated 16 years last week.
Wow. Okay.
it's
So
been-
you got
it's
some
been a long
some
time.
time, some experience. Yeah. So you've definitely ridden a few waves here.
Absolutely.
So yeah, tell me about that. How has it changed? Did it just change a bunch of your product? Did it change the way you do things? Yada yada. What do you say?
Yeah, well, everything changes within time. We advance new chemicals, new ways of treating pests. We're in a day and age where we have technology.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of where they use apps to identify bugs, different things like that.
Oh,
which
they
we
got
didn't have that
apps now
16 years
taking
ago.
a picture of a bug. Like, what type of bug is this?
Exactly. Yeah, that didn't exist when we first started. I should have thought of it. Yeah.
It's a good idea, huh? I just use ChatGPT now. Hey,
Right.
what is this? What is
Exactly.
this?
Yeah, different advances, as far as chemicals, things like that.
Interesting, right? Because there you gotta have more pet safe, friendly stuff.
Yeah, and like
I'm
you
sure.
said, eco-friendly is a lot more popular now than it was.
Okay.
And with that, it's just a mix of natural oils that repel pests.
Ah, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah,
really?
like
It's
rosemary
natu-
oil, citrus oil, things like that.
Okay, so if you're listening at home, you just got a little gold star secret from the pest control owner over here. You got some rosemary oil, spray it
Citrus,
around,
Spray it around.
and the bugs won't go near. Good to know. So if you wanted to have some mosquito repellent, would something like that work then?
Probably not.
No.
Because they're flying insects, so if you spray, it's not going to stop them from flying.
No, but I mean for yourself. Like you said,
for
you're getting
yourself?
bit all
Yeah.
the time. What if you sprayed some rosemary oil, some citrus on
No.
it?
I spray straight chemical on myself.
Straight chemical for those. It ain't worth testing.
It ain't worth
to
testing,
get those
no.
bites.
I don't like getting bit. I use DEET.
Fair enough. She said, heck no bites from me. Alrighty, let's do one more question here, and then we'll talk about the market a little bit here. What red flags should buyers or inspectors look for during a tour or a home inspection that says there might be a pest issue?
Well, for me, this has happened a few times, and people don't believe it. When I walk into a house, sometimes you can smell roaches. Like you
Really?
can smell, or for me, I
Okay,
can
right,
smell
'cause you're
an
used to it.
infestation.
Okay.
So immediately, if I smell that smell, I start looking under the sinks, under where the drains are, just places where I know they will be.
Okay.
But I think for the average person, that's not going to happen.
Right.
They
So
always just wanna-
go look up what the smell of roaches are and learn it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a musty smell, but you can always, just if you walk into a house, look under the sinks. You can kind of tell if something's going on.
Got it. Yeah.
Don't
I mean, in
worry.
Vegas, you'll see a bunch of dead bugs
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. But I mean, even on half of our vacant properties that have been on the market more than 60 days, you're
Yeah,
gonna see a
they're
few
sitting in there.
roaches. You're gonna see some bugs. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
luckily we're pretty blessed in Las Vegas. There aren't too many areas you need to really worry about insects and pests really at all. Some different areas might have some rats here and
Yeah.
there. Maybe you might have a few scorpions here or there. But I mean, for $50 a month, I don't know what the pest control company charge now. 50,
it's about average.
$75 a month. You get them once a month, you're fine,
Yeah,
and you
protect
don't
your
even
investment.
you don't even need them half the time. You could get something on your own nowadays. Well, all the different stuff they sell out here. But if you're in Laughlin or Bullhead, make sure you call
Yeah.
Michelle. You need
Call
her.
us.
You
Call
need
us.
her out there. Tell us your pest control company. Give yourself a little plug
It's
real quick.
Bug Emergency Pest Control. We operate out in Laughlin, Nevada, Bullhead City, Lake Havasu, Kingman. We're all over the tri-state area. We service commercial, residential, weed control. We do it all. Give us a call.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Number.
We are 888-444-BUGS, B-U-G-Z.
Nice. There you go. Oh, with the Z.
With the Z.
Alrighty. Awesome. Again, so if you guys have been listening in today and you need the real estate guys at all, or maybe you need Michelle, you got some people out in Laughlin, out in Bullitt, or you're out there and you need some bug control service, give the real estate guys a call. 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. For any real estate needs, even if you just want to say hi. All right, Michelle. So you're in the trenches every day, like myself, like many of our agents. We talked about this little Wednesday, but we've definitely, all this fear mongering. These fear mongering stats. First off, they're about a month behind, right?
Right.
We're seeing even what the Review Journal is talking about June's stats.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talking about what's happening today. They're talking about what happened last month, right? Because that's how real estate stats work. And even those stats, that's really what happened the month before,
Right.
Because an escrow is 30 days long. So if we saw 2,000 homes sold in June, they really sold in May or went into contract in May, but they didn't close till June. Because realistically, your average escrow period is 30 to 45 days, right? So what's actually happening today? What do we see? Well, I'll give you my perspective first. The market has actually been pretty solid the last few weeks. Since July started, we have actually seen some good activity, right? I'm not saying we're going up in values, but our activity has been much better than I saw in June.
It has.
Multiple of my listings actually have multiple offers right now. I put this one property under contract twice already, and it's fallen out for different reasons, right? But I had another full price offer within a matter of a week of it being back on the market. Yes, it was listed aggressively, but that's still for the second time I went back on the market. It took me 2 weeks, and that was like a month ago. This time it was like right away, right back into contract. A few of my other listings that have been sitting for 30 to 90 days have gotten offers in the last 2 weeks. that I've been negotiating and getting under contract, right? Not necessarily fully at list price because those weren't listed as aggressively, but they are getting realistic offers. I will tell you, agents out there, please run comps on a home you're writing an offer on. I can't stand when I price a home aggressively and then I still get an offer $30K below list price. And I'm like, buddy, I understand the market's slower, but I priced it $20,000 below market value already. My seller is not going to entertain that. The strategy we're taking is pricing it below market value to sell quickly closer to list price, right? Instead of sitting for 2 to 3 months and getting $30,000 less than market value still, because that's the offers we're seeing, or $20,000, right? But it kills me. And it's happened. This is the second time it's happened now where I've had that happen. And then I let them know basically what I just said, and they don't counter me. They just come up to list price. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I understand your client wants to make the deal, but I guess I should just, tout my own ego and say I'm a good negotiator.
Yeah.
Because they went from $30,000 below list price to list price in the matter of one phone call. And I'm like, okay, awesome. And I'm not a BSer on negotiations. I'm going to tell you what it is, how it is. I believe in being ethical in negotiations, right? I'm not going to lie to you about offers or terms or anything like that. I will do my best to represent my sellers without lying and without BSing, right? I'm going to play the game to the best of my ability within ethical reasons. But yeah, I mean, it kills me when I see these offers and I know right off the back looking at the numbers that there was no comps ran on the property or no homework done, right? They showed the house and their client said, write me an offer, right? I run comps, and I know you do as well, on every property I write an offer on. Every single property.
Every property.
Right? I tell my clients this when I'm taking them out showing. Look, I'm not running comps and doing a ton of research into every home we're seeing, especially those clients that make you see 20 homes or 30 homes. But as soon as we pick a home, I'm going to do some digging into it. I'm going to question the agent more. I'm going to find out info that happened on the home previously. If it was under contract before, I'm going to dig and really try to find out why it fell out. If there were previous inspections, I want to know what happened, what went on, all that good stuff, right? So we're going to do our homework and really jump into the deep end and find out what's going on for you. But anyways, sounds like we're running out of time here. Inventory is still solid. It's been rising, but now it's steadied out a bit. Our sales are mediocre at best. But I mean, the market's moving. It's fine. People are transacting. People are buying and selling. If your property's priced right, it's cute. It's going to sell. It just might take a little bit longer than normal. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you all for listening in. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Michelle, thank you for coming on, having a good time with me today. I love having you on the show. It was a great time. Thanks for sharing about your insight on pests and
Thanks
whatnot.
for having
we appreciate you. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.
Have a good day.
The Real Estate Guy.